Hey everyone, my name is Caleb Nathan Wood, and today I'm going to do a bearded dragon care video. I hope everything on this video helps you know how to take care of one. Here is his 10-gallon Exoterritorium. Now you can see this little one is a juvenile. He is a citrus bearded dragon. His name is August. We're not 100% sure if he's a male or female, but he was the only one that had that nice red stripes down his back. It's very pretty. And he's cute when he eats too. Now, you probably think this stuff is real sand, but it's actually not. This is actually walnut shells. It's cracked into the smallest pieces. Now remember, when you have a juvenile like him or a baby, do not use real sand for them because they are wild eaters and they might accidentally eat it when you're feeding them. And if they do eat it, it can't be digested. And if it can't be digested, they probably will die. And some people have used real sand and the reptile have ate it and he died a couple days later. So remember not to use real sand. But this stuff, if they eat it, it's a lot gentler on their stomach and they can digest it so it won't hurt them. Or you could just use a Zilla zoom-in carpet. That would work. And it kind of looks like sand. You could pick a green or a brown or anything like that. And their habitats are mainly just desert environments. So you would use rocks, hides, caves, sticks, and small plants. So I'm going to go ahead and set up his cage. I have this really nice cave. It was from, I think it was from Petsmart. It's very hard and it has a small hide right there. It's dark at night. I'm going to go ahead and move him out of the way. Here's my buddy. You want to get in or not? You can do that. I like to scoop sand on it. Make it look fancy. You feel like a desert. And that's going to be the hot spot. This is going to be a cooler hide. It's made of real wood. I think it's a Zoom-in or Zilla. It's one of those. Just make it look nice. And I have one stone I found in the backyard. Make up your own habitats. And he'll sometimes sleep under these branches. He likes these branches. He likes to sleep under them. And then at night. And just a small plant. Don't add too much or it won't feel like a desert to them or us. Now that's a good setup. And I have this Exoterra screen top right here. It's not head or zoom-in or any of those cheap ones. This is a nice heat lamp. I'll tell you about them later. Turn it on like that. Now this one doesn't work as good. You have to plug it in first. Just hold on a second. There. Now that's just set up. And one more thing. You just want to use a 10-gallon for just one juvenile. Or if you have more than one juvenile, you probably use a 40-gallon. And for like the adults, they get about 2 feet long or something. That's a medium size. You would use about a 40-gallon or a 50-gallon. And again, if you have more than one adult, you're gonna use like you're gonna want to use like a 75-gallon. And remember, only use one male for each cage. Like you could say, you only have one male in a cage and 2 other females with it. One male per cage. And keep that in mind. And I think that's the setup. And for heating, you can. What I hate about heat pads is that they can if you keep them on too long, they can break, and if it breaks in the right way, it will overheat. And snakes and all kinds of reptiles, they don't have much sensing cells, so they're not going to feel them. They're not going to move away, not knowing the heat is there. So they have been burnt and they have died. It's happened. And it can burn down a house if you're not careful. So I never use a heat pad. You can if you want, but I'm never going to use one. I just get these special bowls for extra heat. pretty bright. This provides like heat from the sun. This provides the rest of the stuff from the sun. Helps plants grow so you can put real plants in here if you want, as long as you water them. And this is going to be the hot spot. That's going to be the cold spot. The hot spot is going to be around 100 degrees or 110 degrees. And that's okay if it gets about 120. No more than that. Right here it should be 80 to 85 degrees. That should be the cold spot. That is a perfect temperature. And I don't know if you can see that temperature thingy right there, but like you can say the left spot of it is going to show the humidity range, and the left spot is going to show the heat. So it's about 70 something right over here in the cold spot. And the humidity is about 30%, and that's how high it should be, 30 to 10% on humidity. And that definitely helps our air a lot better than the humid air. So keep it moisted in there, and that raises the humidity. Or you could just put moss, water it out, and put it on, keep it in like a bowl or something, and that raises the humidity. Don't want to make it too high. And that helps, but let me think. Now feeding. Now when you feed these, you're going to want to feed them mealworms, superworms, or crickets. Now you could just keep feeding them large or medium and keep feeding them that. Doesn't matter if they get to adult size, just keep feeding them that. Or you could just feed them small mealworms or superworms. Like, don't refrigerate the superworms. Refrigerate the mealworms. You don't have to feed them anything either. See? Do not refrigerate. And I'm going to go ahead and show you one. Not too big. They're very easy to care for. See? Pretty big. They can handle them. Pretty cool. They do bite when they're older, but their bites don't hurt too bad. It will sting a little bit. And you can have your own cage of crickets. Right here, I have a zoom-in lock on there, so no one can get to them. Crickets in there. And for the crickets, you probably put in lettuce or kale in there once to every 3 days. And anything else to feed them, this stuff would be kind of like a drink to them. Just put a couple drops in there. And this stuff would be like their powdered food. They go nuts on that kale. And when you're feeding your bearded dragon, pour this high calcium on their food once or twice a week. So that is going to raise up their, these are going to help with their digesting too. If it's not cold enough, it's going to be very hard for them to digest. And here's another Zoom-Ed bearded dragon food. He's not interested in it. He never eats it. He's never ate it before. Doesn't like it. And that's heating and feeding. And when you handle these, be careful because they can jump. They might jump off you if they're too wild. And you can just hang them on your shirt. Just put them on your shirt and they'll hang there. They have long, sharp claws. Claws don't hurt too bad. And if you ever see them a little dark, it's probably because they're cold. He's still a little cold because I just turned his heat lamp on. But if you see skin falling off, and that's okay, it means they're going to shed. So if I ever see that happen, we might give them a little bath, warm their water up. Now you can use a little bit of tap water, but not a lot. Don't use that too much. This is filtered water. You can use filtered water or water from a creek. Now I just sprinkle this cage like 3 times a day, like that. And that works. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah. One more thing. When you clean their bedding, clean their cage about once a week, and completely change all their bedding once a month, and then pour new bedding in there. When I clean them, I just put them in this small container. It's Funwarium. They can be about $10 to $15, depending on the size. And these cages are about $20 or $15. These tops are about $8. And these can be pretty expensive, like $15.
Unless you get them thrifted.
Well, since my bulb isn't that hot, it's not completely hot enough. We'll probably change it when he's older. I just use this stuff. I'm probably going to go get more. It's not really enough. But that will help with the heat. I'll keep the heat down. Oh. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.